Baby, please don't let TikTok fool you into thinking that because a man spent a lot of money on you that he has feelings for you deep. It's not always that deep. Especially if he's a man that just has money. His heart is not always attached to his wallet, especially if his wallet is naturally big. Like, you be thinking, oh, he took me to this really nice restaurant. We went on a vacation together. He bought me some jewelry. We're having experiences that I've never experienced before. He must really be in love like I'm in love. No, baby. If he's got money like that, then this is just another day to them. This is just another day to him, okay? He got it like that, he's gonna spend it like that. If he wasn't spending on you, he'd be spending on himself. If it wasn't on himself, it would be on his homeboys. Like, he's just gonna spend the money because he has it. So yes, get in those pockets. Make yourself at home in those pockets. Burrow as deep inside of the pockets as you can. Have the time of your life. But if you are not putting equal energy into also being in his heart, then chances are he's not in love as deep as you think he's in love. He's just living life and you're along for the ride.
Hi ladies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Miss Kafo. Let me tell you, gone are the days where women used to worship men with money. Nowadays, women have their own money. In fact, a lot of us women have more money than these men. So it can't be that the only thing they bring to the table is money. And let me tell you, there's nothing as worse as meeting a man who leads with his money, has this arrogant pride about his money. It's because he has nothing else to offer to you. It's because he's afraid that you'll find out what else he's overcompensating for because of his money. If you're still a woman who is being moved by men's money at this day and age, I think you have a lot of growing up to do, because let me tell you, money is not everything if it's not yours. You know, if it's yours, it's everything. If it's not yours, it's not everything. And so be very careful. Don't think that because he's spending on you that he loves you. It may be he has budgeted money just to hoe. That's what I also saw the other day. Some men just budget this money for hoeing, for hoes. Let me tell you the truth. So be very careful about these men with money. Anyway, I've never had this type of a long introduction, but I thought I should just say that and get it over with. Let's jump right into this video and then I'll be back to give my take on it.
Money cannot be the only requirement. I know everyone is so fixated on the lifestyle, especially since social media and people, have luxury things, and you want those things too. You want to experience that, especially if you never experienced that. That's another thing. But you cannot just be moved by money, because quickly you'll realize that somebody can give you a lot of things, a lot of nice things, pay your bills, and still treat you like trash. So you'll be so empty and you'll have no peace, and that relationship will begin to tear at your self-esteem, tear at your confidence, that you won't even recognize yourself. And then you have to wonder, was the money enough? It's not enough. I think that's the bare minimum. Once you get it, once you know who you are and what you want, and then you show up as yourself and you do the things that you expect someone else to do for you, you do it for yourself. Like, you want to go experience 5-star dining, you go take yourself out to that 5-star dining. So you're not looking to someone else, because that's an expectation, because that's an expectation in your life. Like, that's the standard you set for yourself. So anybody that's going to come into your life is going to have to match that. So it's nothing new. Like, you used to stuff. Like my Haitians will say, upa habitué. Like, you're not used to nice things, so you go after it. You'll sell your soul for it because you never had it and you're so desperate for it. Listen, cut it out. Because let me tell you something. When you are so desperate for something, and then if your only end goal is to get a man with money, you're going to only find a man with money. He ain't gonna have no good character. He not gonna have no good fruits of the spirit. He ain't gonna know God. He is going to be definitely sent by somebody else. You already know who that person is. You already know what that person is gonna be serving, and what that person is gonna be taking you through. HELL. When people ask me what do I want in a man, the last thing I say is money. I probably won't even mention money or whatnot, but it's only because I don't want to say broke. I'm going to say men without money or the means to provide do not approach me. I don't give that off. I give off. Yeah, you have to come with it.
You need to stay away from men who are only offering you money, even if you want, a type of relationship where this man is your provider. You cannot depend on a man who only sees his value attached to money, because that man's not going to be generous. He's not going to be loyal to me, to me, kind, any of that. If money is all he has to offer, you need to go. you need to leave, okay? Or kick him out, or however your process works, because that man is only going to be trouble, because he's only going to look at you from a lens where you're taking money from him, and that's it. And it's like, well, you're not good for anything. You just take money and blah, 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 blah. And you're just perpetuating the cycle of whatever the fuck they're doing. Do not participate. Make sure that when you get with a man that has money, that's wonderful. That's a foundation. But the foundation should also include kindness, loyalty, heart, okay? Integrity, intelligence, emotional intelligence. All right? Okay? We cannot be giving out access to anyone who's got money, and everyone's definition of money is different, and then allow them to like control and then fucking whatever the fuck they do. No. We're getting radicalized, okay? Radicalization is just being authentic and wanting like a decent human. Okay? I love you.
And you know what I don't understand? Guys who lead with their money, their status, and their materialistic possessions. Do y'all not understand that those things are nice and they can attract women and they can increase your SMV, your sexual market value, as a lot of men say, right? But these are things that can attract women, right? What happened when you get them? What happened when you are not emotionally intelligent? What happened when you are not mature? What happened when a woman starts to see behind all the external things that you have? What happens when you can't even fuck good? That chain can't fuck her. That car can't fuck her. That car ain't gonna satisfy her. It's a nice little ride. It can attract her. Well, what happened when you got all this stuff and you get a girl in the apartment and you nut in 2 minutes? Ain't none of the materialistic possessions gonna matter then. And if she stay, it's gonna be for the materialistic possessions. Tell me I'm wrong. I ain't the type of person. I ain't finna lead with my wallet, my status. I ain't gonna lead with it. I don't need to show it off. Cause I feel like you overcompensating for something if you gotta lead with anything, bro. If you gotta lead with it, here are people who are got more status than me. And I feel like I know for a fact that they are having worse dating experiences than me. For the simple fact, you can't even fuck. You won't even got no emotional intelligence. You react to when she texts you back, she can't even text you back immediately. You think she you ain't strong here. You ain't strong. A lot of men are not strong internally. They got a lot of the external accomplishments, and don't get me wrong, that's fucking amazing. You can't go, listen, you got to work on yourself in all aspects. But when I say all aspects, a lot of guys forget the internal fortitude that they need, the internal knowing of themselves, the internal knowing of themselves, the internal knowing of what they want, what they don't want, what they tolerate, what they won't tolerate. And themselves, just knowing yourself. If you spend so much time getting things from the external outside of you, and you're not looking inside to know yourself, to even know what even is compatible with you, bro, you can get played out of everything you even accomplished. Nah, dead ass. These girls who will manipulate you, they will gaslight you, they will guilt trip you out of everything you have. And when you lose it all, they will move on to the next person.
Listen, I ain't finna buy you, baby. It's a lot of dudes out here, the first thing they want to do is spend money on you. Cause baby, he don't have nothing else to offer you. He's lacking in that department. He's lacking. So, dudes, they gonna throw that money, but a man that know what he have to offer, that know that he's a man of value, he don't gotta throw money at you just to get your attention. If you can't notice me without me throwing money at you, you're not for me. I'm just not the man that God sent for you. Or maybe you just missed out on your blessing. Maybe I was. Or maybe I am. But your attention span is focused on the wrong things, baby. You gonna miss your blessing worrying about the wrong thing. Men can be a blessing too, baby. Remember that.
Is it only me, or ladies, do y'all get this too? Like, I feel like men, they start off with their money. So like, let me give an example. So let's say I'm going to a store, right? And I meet somebody, he's like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, I'm good. How are you? Then it's automatically like, I have this, I have that. Or like if you try to like deny it and be like, I'm okay, well, you know, I got this, let's say I got this mansion or something, or my job, they come off with their money as if like that's gonna change my decision on if I want to talk to you or not. And it's like, honestly, I've only noticed it when I moved down to Atlanta. Like every man come off with their money. Like they'll show money, or like one dude, he's like, look at my bank account. I'm like, what is going on? Do y'all get this too? Like, I don't know. And I'm like, maybe because down here it's so much of like, that's what they think. I mean, a lot of ladies do just want that. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of ladies do just want the money, for I ain't gonna lie. But so I'm like, but I don't really care about the money. I don't care about that. I care about the personality. I care about the character of a person, and I care about if you know the Lord for real. You know, do y'all get that too?
Never tolerate disrespect from a wealthy man just because he has money. When you elevate yourself to a high enough position in life, or you just love yourself this much because you understand all of the valuable things you can provide to society, you would never tolerate disrespect from a wealthy man. Trust me, it doesn't matter if the man has money or doesn't have money. Sometimes they will just have the audacity. Sometimes I see these videos on TikTok of women talking about, oh, but at least he has money, at least he has this. How about we just stop tolerating disrespect in general? Doesn't matter if he has money or not. If you understand how to treat yourself and what a quality person is like, you would never tolerate this kind of behavior. This is why I always say, instead of looking for a rich man, why don't you be a rich woman? Or be the rich person that you have always sought out in others. See, in human psychology, we tend to find the person that is filling in the gaps of what we consider to be a deficiency in our life as someone who is extremely attractive or someone that we can idealize. And I see so many videos of young women being emotionally abused by men who try to patch it up later by just throwing them a Chanel bag or buying them a car. Don't get me wrong, the material can be extremely enticing. But if you can buy yourself that bag and you can buy yourself that car, do you really think you would tolerate his disrespect? Do you really think that man is going to be that special in your eyes anymore? He's not. You also have to understand a lot of these very wealthy men, I'm talking about 20 million USD net after taxes of money that they pull in. When they buy you something like a Chanel bag or a $100,000 car, that takes away nothing from them. Especially if we're talking about the men that can pull 100 million a year. By that point, money to them is nothing. When they're disrespecting you and they're cheating on you, they're emotionally unavailable, they're never around you, but because they give you a Hermes bag, you stay. But deep down inside, you know you want a happy relationship. Well, what are you going to do then? Now, some women, like I've said, genuinely don't care about relationships or romance or love, but if you are a true romantic at heart, my advice to you is to treat yourself how you would wish your ideal man treats you. Elevate yourself. Build up your finances, build up your security, build up your self-love. And in that way, you won't ever settle for any man, rich or poor.
Listen, man, the men that lead with their money, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna get with a chick who's only with them for the financial benefits. That's how it is. And most times that's what you will see more than ever now. Because nowadays people don't really value love and loyalty. People literally now are just so focused on the external things. They want to look good with certain people. They want to drive certain cars to appeal to people. People don't care about love now. These men that get money, they don't care about love. They just want to get them some young chick that look good and use them for pleasure. And the chicks that know they look good with nothing to offer, they know that this man's leading with his money. Therefore, they know they're going to do whatever that man wants because they want the benefits. So they're okay with a man buying them. Honestly, nowadays, most of these men, they're simply just buying women. That's all they're doing. They're just buying women. And I mean, no judgment. That's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. But it makes it really hard for guys like myself and other guys who actually want something serious with somebody. It's hard because most of these women now, they're conditioned to basically only see value in a man for what's in his pockets. So what's happening is you have these good men that are, struggling in the dating department because you have a bunch of women who are only looking for what a man can buy them, his resources, It's no longer about what's his character like, what's his soul like. You know, they don't really care about if the man's well or not. It's all about what can this man do for me? Me, 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 me. You know, we live in such a narcissistic society, and I'm not here complaining because I'm at peace and I'm happy. I'm just simply stating how the dating game is. That's why now I don't really care about dating. Like, I just enjoy moments, and that's what it is. Most of my moments don't go no longer than 2 to 3 weeks, and then that's it. And I'm okay with that. I love memories. Memories are great to me. I cherish memories. I used to be the type of person who would try to turn moments into something long term, but now I don't do that. I just have fun. I have fun, and it just is what it is. And I'll never be the man to lead with my money because I actually want something serious. When that time comes, I don't want a woman to look at me for my finances. I want her to look at me for who I am. That's what I want. I want her to look at me for who I am, not what I have. But it's your boy, I'm out.
A lot of men will lead with money, but then become upset when your expectation is for them to spend some of it on you. Ladies, men fully understand that in this dating game, there is a requirement for them to show up financially. However, a lot of men do not actually have the means to show up how they would like to financially. So what do? They lie, they cheat, they deceive, honey. Men will pretend to have that bag to lure you in, and then have the audacity, the cheek, the unmitigated gall, honey, to get offended when you expect them to spend some of it on you. The truth is that a lot of these men are not stingy. They're struggling. It is literally like applying for a job that you are underqualified for, lying on your CV about your experiences, and then what happens when they start asking you for references? You panic. And a lot of men's panic shows up in accusing women of being gold diggers, accusing women of being broke. And it's like, truly, we need to report these men to trading standards because you are not delivering what you're advertising. And while I agree that women, we do lead a little bit too much with money, that absolutely does not give men the right to pretend to be something they're not. A lot of men are using the illusion of money to get girls that are quite frankly out of their league. And I am here to nominate myself to tell men, if that girl is too expensive for you, leave her alone. Because if you know you need bread to date her, and when it's time to spend some of that bread, you're shuffling, shooing, hiding behind. Like, it's fine to date in your price range. And right or wrong, if you want the baddest, if you want the flyest, understand that they come with expectations. And respectfully, either meet those expectations or kick rocks. Now, like I always say, there's always an exception to the rule. For best results, assume it's not you. Mwah.
This message is to some of y'all men out there who lead with your money immediately when you meet a woman. And I'm not talking about taking women out on dates and doing expensive dates. I'm not talking about that. I met a man in the grocery store last night, and he asked me for my phone number. Mind you, there was some conversation that was had. He asked me for my phone number. I gave him my Instagram instead because I don't like getting on my phone number. That's too personal, and y'all need to learn it. That's too personal. Within the 30 minutes of me talking to this man, walking around the grocery store, he had put me and his close friends on Instagram and showed me all this money, tons of money that he had. And throughout the conversation, he was talking about how much money he had as well. Y'all are going to get robbed. Y'all are going to get robbed out here. The saddest thing is that this man was handsome. Like, he was good looking. I was attracted to him. I immediately caught the ick when I saw that damn money in his close friends, because let me tell you something else. If you're not putting that money in my hand, if you're not putting that money in my pocket, if you're not offering me some money, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't care how much money is in your Instagram story, how much money is in your pocket. I don't care. Stop leading with y'all money. I only knew that man for 20, 30 minutes. I could have had anybody outside in my car waiting for a goofy doodle butt who, you know, saw a pretty face and wanted to put me in his close friends and just flashing nothing but hundreds of dollars. Y'all be safe. Some of these women out here are like that and will rob you.
Men, leading with money don't work on independent women. It might work on those broke women that don't have nothing going for themselves and they looking for a come up, but an independent woman, none of that shit work on her. I'm telling you, you're going to have to take a different approach. And that approach, it consists of knowing who she is, knowing her pet peeves, knowing what she wants for the future, and knowing how you could be an asset to her as a man, how you can provide that leadership, how you can be a financial provider, how you can show her what man that you could be for her and why she should, choose to date you. You get what I'm saying? A lot of men throw women in a box and they think, oh, I could just flash money at her and she'll be with it. That really don't work on a woman that got her own bag and got her own everything. I'm telling you, you're going to look stupid even coming in her inbox with that bullshit.
Be very careful about entertaining men that lead with their money, because 9 times out of 10, if he's leading with his money, it's because he has nothing else to offer. I went to get food, and while I was waiting, this dude started talking to me. Just small talk. And out of nowhere, he's like, yeah, I'm going to invite you to my 420 party at my house. Let me send you my address. And I said, I'm not coming to your house. I don't even know you. Like, we literally been talking for like 2 seconds. And he was like, girl, I live in a mansion. And I was like, okay, what does that have to do with anything? And he pulls out his wallet and he starts just pulling out a bunch of $100 bills. Like, look at this. And I was just like, dude, that doesn't change anything. And he was so offended that I wasn't down to just come to his house because he had money. And I say all that to say, I understand as women, most of us want a man as a provider. But if that's all you focus on, if money is a way that men can lure you in, understand that that comes with a price. And I know some women will say, I don't care, I'll pay the price. I'm living in survival mode, so as long as he got money, I don't care. You say that now, but your spirit is always going to be disturbed. You're never going to be at peace. God will give you the desires of your heart if you're patient and you're obedient and you don't settle.
If a man leads with his wallet, the relationship will never be solid. Here's why. Because then my whole value is predicated on the money that I make. All right? Just money. Like in the comment section. In the comment section, they say this. Well, a man's supposed to be a provider. This is what they say. And I say, well, wait a minute. We're dating. I'm on the 4th day. I'm not providing for you. You're not my wife. But but then I go deeper. I said, well, let's talk about what a provider is. See, a provider is 9 or 10 different things. A provider is a man that provides structure to help you meet your needs, your emotional needs, right? So when we just talk about provider finances, what about provider mental health? What about provider affection? What about one of your needs is communication? He's a provider of communication. What about a provider of this, of that? There are 10 things that a man provides, but why is it that they only focus on one thing? You know why? Because
a guy cannot give us some emotional support, and we'll let that ride. But if he doesn't pay for our nails or our hair, it's an issue.
Think of a man that leads with his money as an incomplete man. By far, the biggest consequence to leading primarily with your money is that you communicate to women with your words and actions that your only utility is your money. That, in a woman's mind, instantly positions her as the predator and you as the prey. From that point on, everything she does around you is geared towards extracting that very value from you. You're no more than a wallet to her, and women are a lot less motivated to seek validation from their wallet and the man that they genuinely desire. We can point to things like no-fault divorce and false allegations of extreme examples of how far women will go to extract that value from men if that's what they present first. These are usually men that presented themselves to women as providers or provider types, and then at some point along the way, made the woman pissed off enough to want to turn cold and malicious towards him. In my mind, the best example of that in recent years would be Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. All these men have nothing to bring to the table except for money. So when that gets taken away or threatened to be taken away, the woman naturally lashes out. The men who women genuinely desire have the ultimate leverage over them. Because genuine desire on an evolutionary level is a signal and indicator to the woman that she has found a competent male that is multidimensional and high in SNR value. So that's why I say you should
Men are being indoctrinated into thinking that as long as you provide financially, you can get the hottest girl in the world, and as a result, you're a high value man and you've made it. But essentially, when you lead with finances, you attract a woman who's emotionally detached, because emotionally present women, finances does not compensate for lack of quality time. No matter how rich a man is, she wants quality time. Whereas emotionally detached women, they don't care if you're gone for 6 months on a business trip, as long as they've got a bag and a house and a Rolls Royce and whatever it is. So when you're that man, you're going to attract that woman. So you think, I'm providing her with everything, she's not going to go anywhere. She's thinking, you provided me with everything, now I can go somewhere.
Why is there not loyalty when a financially, a stable man is able to provide finances to their partner? Why is that loyalty not there?
Because the glue of the relationship is broken.
Superficial.
Yeah, it's superficial. The glue they used was superficial. The glue he's relying on is physical attraction, and the glue she's relying is financial stability. The glue is weak. Whereas if the glue was emotional intimacy, absolutely you can get loyalty. You can't beat emotional intimacy when it comes to loyalty.
So it's never been, nor will it ever be, my place to tell a woman what to do with her body. But when I go on social media, specifically Instagram, where I see these ladies complaining about men just using them for their bodies, them lying and actually being married or having girlfriends, I'll go look at their profile. And all I see up and down is pictures of them scantily clad and them twerking every chance that they get. And I know it's hard to believe, or you don't want to believe it, but men who have good character are not going to take a woman like that seriously. So ladies, when you lead with your body, you're going to receive someone that is only looking for the physical. Just like how men lead with money and they get women who use them for whatever they can do for them. Use the gifts that God has given you outside of what you have in your pocket and what you look like, because those things eventually fade. That is the only way that you can get the person that you're truly in search of.
Why is it that men are always so quick to bring up their income and money, but then get upset when you start asking for some? I didn't even know you had the money till you told me about it. I ain't know.
Some of y'all probably gonna chew me apart when I say this, but it's okay. Chew me down. But I truly think that when you're dating with intentions. A man should not lead with his wallet. That's just how I feel. Don't get me wrong. Yes, I want gifts. Yes, I want to go on dates. But if a man leading with his wallet is taking me on dates, concerts, dinner, loud restaurants, to me, he's truly not getting to know me. Like when you're dating with intentions, you're dating to get to know that person. Like I need somebody to get in my head, get to know me, see my thought process, see where I want to be in life. And I just feel like if we're always expecting the man to take us to all of these lavish places and do all these expensive things, is he truly getting to know us? Or do we just want him for the material things that he can buy for us? Like, what y'all think? Like, I don't want a man to lead with his wallet. Like, any time that you spend with me is dating me. Like, you're getting to see what makes me happy, what makes me smile. Like, the little cheesy stuff. Like, I don't want a man to lead with his wallet. But then again, I'm different. But yeah, I want him to get my hair done. I want him to do all of that. I want him to take me to dinner. But that's not my first initial. That doesn't have to be my first initial date. Like, he doesn't have to automatically plan this big extravagant date to get to know me. Like, I'll pull up on you. I'll sit in the car with you, talk shit. I'll meet you at a park. Like, I do stuff like that just to get to know you. Because I don't need all the distractions around to where you're not really able to like get to know me. Like, get in my head, because I want to get in yours too.
Everybody always talk about how use men to climb, men are the D's, it's better to date a rich man. I'm not in any way trying to idolize poverty or anything, but and I'm not trying to be a pick me, because I know once you give very hot takes like this, ladies automatically look at you as pick me. And I'm not trying to also say that every man that has money has this problem. But people do not really tell you how controlling, narcissistic these so-called rich men are. Most ladies, we see, oh, someone has flown this person to Dubai with a nice Birkin, this person is come to pick up this like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Most of these girls, or most of the women that are married to very, very rich men, wealthy men, if they tell you the trouble they face, where you cannot invite your friend to the house, you cannot go out just the way you like, you cannot go for parties, you cannot just do anyhow, as in they treat you like one of their children, you can't talk, your voice cannot pass a certain level, they are cold. You would prefer to start from the scratch. Like, nobody talks about that. Everybody's always talking about, oh, this person that is married to a billionaire man, she must be living her best life. Hey, see how she's flangering $50,000 every day. Should they post 1 million? The money might be there financially, and I'm not saying that this applies to all rich men, but these rich men they are hot-tempered though. They are hot-tempered, like they are hot-tempered, they are narcissistic, they are horrible. It's until you go before you go know. And if you are a girl that you don't know how to collect insult, you must be ready to be able to collect insults. You must be ready to humble yourself. You cannot be a gra girl and say you want to go. It doesn't work. At least from most of the ones I know, it doesn't work. I remember one time I met someone at I can't even remember the place. This person was really nice to me. Oh, do you want to eat this? Do you want to eat that? Do you want to eat this? One mistake that the waiter made. See insults. This person rained insult. You're a fucking... Pardon my language, but there was no instinct of the insult. Are you stupid? And my eye open. Like, I was like, what? My own be say, just look well. Like, everything, all that glitter is no good. Even no matter how things are changing, even till 2024, till 2020, till the 10th, till our next generation, all that glitter is no good, though.
Ladies, listen up. There are 3 reasons why a man is spending a bunch of money on you. And plot twist, none of them have to do with how he feels about you. So the first reason that a man spends a bunch of money on you and buys you a bunch of things is the most obvious, and that is because he wants to you. By spending a bunch of money on you, what he's doing is he is gaining your trust. He's giving you the illusion that he's really into you. He's giving you the illusion that you are special. And by him making you feel that way, you let your guard down. And let's face it, when someone spends a bunch of money on you, whether you are consciously or subconsciously understand this, you feel indebted to them. And the way that you're going to pay them back is through physical attention. So a man spending money on you is the shortest way he can get you to drop your pants. Now, the second reason a man spends money on you is because he wants to show off to other men. He wants other men to look at his woman and be like, oh, look at how much money he's spending on her. It makes him feel like a man, makes him feel like he has all this money, makes him feel like his dick is bigger than everybody else's, right? So all he's doing is that he's showing off what he can provide for you, and you think it's because he likes you, and it's not. It's because he's just trying to show off to make himself look like the G. And the third reason a man spends money on you is control.
I want to be the one in control.
So what happens is that he spends a bunch of money on you, and you are getting used to the good life. You're getting used to the fancy purses, the vacations, the fancy dinners, all of that. And you're actually falling in love with all of that shit, right? And since you're in love with all the stuff, you don't want to lose it. So you are less likely to say anything to upset him. Anytime you want to challenge him on anything, you're thinking, maybe I shouldn't do that because I'd be giving up the good life. And he knows it, okay? And not only that, but sometimes the man provides everything for you. So you give up your career, you give up your ability to make money. So then if he does screw up, if he is abusive, or if you don't want to be with him, you can't leave even if you want to leave because you don't have the financial means. So instead of thinking that you are special when a man is blowing a lot of money on you or looking at other women whose men spend a bunch of money on them and wishing that you were them, let me tell you, these are the 3 reasons that they're spending money on you. It has nothing to do with how they feel about you, but everything to do with what they are getting back in return. Don't be foolish.
I'm beginning to realize that a lot of men don't bring any other thing to the table apart from money. Money is all most of them can bring to the table. The percentage of men that can actually bring other things to the table are very few. It's just money. Now I understand why a lot of girls are like, if you don't give me money, then what are you giving me? If they take the money away from most of you, you have nothing. There are very few men that can bring other things to the table apart from money. Most of you lots are just useless without it. Let's be honest.
A lot of y'all women need to stop getting online trying to act like dudes be splurging on you and spoiling you and spending all this money on you when you really just be begging. A lot of y'all women problem is the fact that you idolize the lifestyle of a high-priced escort. If you not no stripper, if you not no escort, if you not selling your body in no type of way, random men are not giving you money. Please, get a grip.
Ladies, stop feeling like you special because a man spend money on you. Every man got what they spend money on. Some men spend it on clothes, cars. Some men spend money on women. Like, if they want you bad enough, they know we living in a society where money rule. So they gonna entice you with money, take you on trips, buy you things. So now you thinking you got the man of your life because he's spending money on you and spending a little time when really he did what he had to do to conquer you. Because men will waste your time. They'll chase you for 2 years, do whatever they got to do, and then as soon as they get you locked in where they want you, be on to the next. So stop being so thirsty. I said this in my last video. Looking for the wrong things. You got to identify qualities in the man you want in order to be successful, man. You know what I mean? Stop rushing. Stop rushing everything too. Stop living off the internet and thinking that you're going to get this, everybody going to get a millionaire guy and going to buy them and change their whole life. Because the reality is, it's more regular people than those type of people.
The only men that's intimidated that you making your own money are the men that all they offer is money. They ain't got nothing else. They don't have the ability to connect with you, support you, be your friend, and serve you. So all they have is money. So of course, if you got your own, yes, that is intimidating. I'm insecure about my ability to attract you outside of the money I offer. So yes, I want to keep you dependent on me financially, because if you dependent on me financially, I ain't got to work hard in those other avenues. You see all these men on the internet, well, these women with their own money and the energy they bring, it ain't the energy you bringing. It's the fact that they ain't bringing nothing else to the table but money. If you don't know how to connect with a woman emotionally, if you don't have the patience to be able to consult, understand, have give and take, and be able to bond with her in a way that no other man has ever bonded with her mentally and emotionally, if you ain't got that, all you have to attract a woman is money. But that becomes useless to a woman that don't need you for your money. So that's why men don't want you to have your own money.
Let me tell you, if you're the kind of woman who's still being moved by these men's money, then you have a long way to go, because most of these men or some of these men will actually spend that money on you. But they are worth much more. Like, to them, that money is nothing. Is that what you want? Or do you want a man who's actually generous with his own money? Like, he's actually generous. If he had 100, he's giving you 50. That's different. So most of you women would rather just have a man with money, and that's all you get. A man with money. Man with money but no character, no morals. A man with money but not generous. He's not actually empowering you using that money. I had a friend once who had this man with money, but the man with money didn't like her. They had a child. The man with money didn't provide for that child, isn't providing for that child. Mind you, this man with money is a whole politician. That's why we are saying as ladies, it's not just a man who has money, it's also about a man who is generous with that money. And some of these men will actually spend that money on you, but you'll pay for it. Let me tell you, nothing is free on this world. You'll actually pay for it the hard way. They'll use you, they'll misuse you, they'll essay you, they'll do anything to you because they have money, because they know you value a man who has just money. We talked about the Dubai porter potty parties. We talked about that. I think the month I came from Dubai, May. Let me tell you, those men have crazy amounts of money, and that's why you see them flying models from Western countries. Like you had the story of Maria, the girl who was found in the streets of Dubai with a broken spine. Let me tell you, those men with money will do anything to you. And if that man with money, if that money is not in your account, then it's not everything. Let me tell you, ladies, learn to be contented with the small money you have that is your own. It will save you from a lot of bullshit. And if you're like me and you have an ego, you have a lot of pride, you'll actually work hard for your own money. You don't want just to be nice to a man so that you can eat. It's very bad. It's very bad, actually. So, ladies, please have a nice day. Please love yourselves. Please be the rich man you want. Once you become the rich man you want, you'll start realizing that a lot of these things that you normally tolerated in some of these relationships you've been with men who have money, you would have never tolerated them if you could buy yourself those things. Let me tell you. And those men who lead with their money, it's just the money they have. If you strip them down off the chains, the money, the what? They have nothing. They have no personality. You guys have no chemistry. You find out he's not even good in bed. He's overcompensating for something that is lacking. Let me tell you, it's so sad to realize that the only value this man can bring to you is his money. Be smart, ladies. Anyway, ladies, I'll see you on my next video. Please have a nice day. Please love yourself and